Okay. Oh, do you need this, the old packet too? That's that one.
That's what I was.
Do you want to?
Basically, yeah, because I did one in that. My princess.
Not the old ones yet.
Doesn't change when he's from.
And, yeah, you need that one too.
Okay, let's get started.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, snacks are in the back. They're in the Sagona's grocery bag, so help yourself. There's a lot. I chose the snacks today, so I mixed it up a little bit. Instead of just bringing like chips, I brought chips and cookies and Cheez-Its and Pirates Booty and other stuff. Okay. I'm just gonna focus on like a couple of these questions per topic. So, for example, number 10. This is on page. This is the old stuff, by the way, the old stuff. The system and solutions
53?
packet.
Page
It's page 53. I don't know what chapter it is. Chapter 3. Okay, number 10. So 4x minus 3x c minus 1 equals 2x has infinitely many solutions. Okay, when you have infinitely many solutions, here's what could happen. You don't have to write this down, just for your information. Let's say I have y equals 4x plus 1. And let's say I have y equals 2 parentheses 2x plus half. Okay, these do look different,
Well,
but
yeah.
they're actually the same thing.
Oh, they are.
So if I were to graph it, what would happen is you'd have the first graph, and the second graph would overlap it. That's what's meant by infinitely many solutions. There's infinitely many values of x and y that make both equations true. So when you're told this is infinitely many solutions, you want to think of it in the same way. For example, y equals 4x minus 3x parentheses c minus 1, and y equals 2x. You want both of these to be identical. The reason why you want that is that if you were to solve it, ultimately, like for example, that one I just showed you right now, right? The one I just showed you. If I were to distribute the two and compare the left side to the right side, they're identical. And if I were to start solving, what's going to happen? All these things start canceling out. And you get a true statement, 1 equals 1 or 0 equals 0. So you're trying to accomplish the same thing. But the best way to handle this, instead of doing it algebraically, which can be a little messy, the best way to handle it is to just graph the left side, graph the right side, and use a slider for C until you slide it to make them the same. So here's what we're going to do. Now it's not moving. Oh, here we go. So y equals 4x minus 3x parentheses c minus 1. Add the slider. Y equals 2x. Right now, they're not the same. You slide it. Okay, that's not going to work. So if I slide it this way, yeah, I'm getting pretty close. So I know it's between 1 and 2. So whenever it's pretty close, I could choose like a 1 to 2 and make it like 0.1, or actually maybe 0.05. So make it even finer. Then click away. And then if you kind of just slowly. Okay, so it's probably, I know, 1.67. Okay, so it's probably 1.67. It's probably gonna be 5/3. And actually, you could do, because 5/3 is 1.67. It's 1 2/3. You could also just replace C here, literally with 5/3. They're the same. See, if I do like 4/3, forget about it. Or if I do 2/3, forget about it. Anything else. So you could, because multiple choice, you don't have to just randomly move the slider. Just start plugging those numbers in for C and see which one is going to make them true. But conceptually, you have to recognize, oh, infinitely many, they're going to be the same equation on each side. Another one I want to point you to is 12. So 12, you have some information. You have to make equations from that information. For example, you have multiple choice questions worth, you have multiple choice questions, short answer questions. Got it. Okay. So the multiple choice questions are worth 5 fewer points in short answer. So multiple choice is a short answer minus 5. So I translated it, right? And the student earns 36 points because the student got 4 multiple choice questions right, 3 short answer questions right, and that was worth 36 points. So I could think of it as x equals y minus 5, and 4x plus 3y equals 36. And what do they want? The multiple choice question worth, right? The value of the multiple choice question. So all I'm going to do is just throw this into Desmos. I'll let Desmos do the work for me. But you had to make the equations first. You had to translate the words into these mathematical operations. Oh, multiple choice is 5 less than short. Great. M equals S minus 5. But you got to use X and Y. So fine, X equals Y minus 5. 4X plus 3Y equals 36. Because they said so. I'm just going with what they told me and just putting it in. So if I put it in, here we go. X equals Y minus 5. 4x plus 3y equals 36. Find where they touch. And you want multiple choice, which is x. So 3 multiple choice. And the answer is 3. Because it's not a multiple choice question, it's a free response question. We don't have the luxury of testing the choices out. So we actually do need to work this out. But I don't want you doing the algebra. As a math teacher, 100% I'd love to see your solution. I'd love to see a beautiful solution, substitute and work it out. As a test prep tutor, I do not care. I do not want you doing any work. I want you to just give me the equation, plug it in, and move on. Because it's all about efficiency. So when we get to the harder questions for this topic, you should feel more confident because now you have this tool to use, right? So if you're stuck, that's how you handle it. Moving on to the next topic, graphing, see if there's anything that's worthwhile to talk about before we move on to a new packet. Let's look at the last few questions on page 74. What's a good one to look at here? We can look at maybe 12. 12 is good. Okay. So a line graph in the XY plane contains those points. If the line passes through the point 0, 0, which of the following is a possible value of P? Okay. So you need to make sure all 3 of these points lie on the same line. Here's what you could do. Trying to think of yeah. So you could do this. We can go back to Desmos again and just punch in those. Yeah, just punch it in. P comma -3. We'll add a slider. -27 comma P. We'll do labels, yeah, because we want them labeled. Here we go. And lastly, 0, 0. Okay, so if I look, and I'll label that as well. Okay, if you look at these 3 dots, are they going to be on the same line? So I need to adjust P. Right now, P is 1. Fortunately, this is multiple choice. So let's make it, so 0 is not going to work. Let's make it -18. Not quite. If I make it -9, that looks pretty good. If I make it -3, nope. So it's -9. So basically, how it looks, these are crossing. So that's just seriously, just plug it into Desmos, let it do the work for it. Does that make sense? How you could leverage Desmos to do that? Now, how would you do it otherwise if you didn't have this? What you would have to do is you have to find the slope between these 2 points here, which is P minus -3 over -27 minus P. And you have to find the slope between 0, 0 and one of these other points. So maybe you could do like P minus 0 and -27 minus 0. Yeah, I would agree. And then you got to cross multiply it. So P plus 3 times -27 equals -27P minus P squared. That is insane. I'm going to stop there because I didn't want to do it. It's making my brain hurt. I don't want to do that because that's too much, right? Because then you're going to have to get everything on one side, do a quadratic and factor it. Like, no, don't do that to yourself. Go to Desmos. And Desmos can plot points for you. Just literally plug in like the way it looks. And you know what they want. They want a line. So adjust it till you get a line because they said so, right? You have to have a line. All three of them are on the line. We'll move on to the next chapter. I just want to just again show you like these more advanced problems, how to model it for you guys. Okay. You could actually do this. Let's take a look at 11. I'm going to Desmos again. Oh, sorry, my bad. Page 141, chapter 11. Page 141. I think we could do this. Let's use x instead of a. 2x plus 3 equals 6. And if I do 3 divided by 4x plus 6. Actually, let me take it back. Let's use a slider. Hold on. You know what? I thought this would work for us. Oh, actually, it did work. Never mind. Okay. Okay, let me back up here. Okay. I'm discovering Desmos too sometimes when I'm doing this. All right. Let's back up here. So they give us information, right? Let's type in like the way it looks. 2a. Let's do what I've been saying all along because I sometimes do things a little. I say things.
For 11?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah. So I have 2a plus 3 equals 6, right? And then 3 divided by 4a plus 6. Let me go back to x again. How did it give me the, hold on, because it gave me the numerical answer. How did I do that? Hold on, let me try it one more time.
I don't know why it's always taken.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Forget about using Desmos for this one. Yeah, sorry. Just solve it. It's not that hard. I'm getting too cute here. It's not that hard. Yeah, and then just throw it back in. Yeah, or you can multiply 2a plus b by 2. Right. If you multiply 2a plus b by 2, you get 4a plus 6. So it'd be 3/12. You should get 1/4. Yeah. Yeah, you should. Yeah, so okay, I'm actually glad I did this. So sometimes we over rely on Desmos. So that was a good example of how I was trying to over rely on Desmos. Like us, I thought maybe I could come up with this clever way to use Desmos to do this problem. And I realized maybe Desmos was not the best idea. So what I just did in this case, like, well, let me just solve the equation. You guys can solve that equation. Subtract 3 divided 2. A is 3/2.
Simple.
And then throw it back into the expression, which is 3/4 plus 6. Throw it back in, do the math there. Of course, if you need a calculator Desmos to do the calculation, it's fine. So sometimes it is better to just use your algebra skills. Sometimes it is better. Okay, I think one more set, and then we'll do the new math set.
Wait, so what was the answer?
1/4. 1/4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one I do swear we're gonna use Desmos. I promise you. Let's go to page 179, chapter 15. Page 179. We'll start with 12, and then maybe we could do 11. Okay, you have a table, right? I think I did show this to you guys last week. And we're going to do a lot in the new packet today. We'll call this X and Y. If you type in table, you can type in those values. So if I go to table, table 2, -7, 4, -12, 6, -17, and 8, -22. And then what you can do is hit this little button off to the left. It gives you a regression line. So it gives you the best fit line, which is -2.5x minus 2. And there you go. -2.5x minus 2. It's going to be C. What it does for you, it calculates the slope for you and the y-intercept. You could do the slope on your own. You could just take any 2 points, find the slope. But then you're going to have to do some work to find the y-intercept by plugging one of the 4 points back into y equals mx plus b and solve for b. That could take a couple minutes. I got this done in 10 seconds, right? So you have that advantage. If you see a table, and this is why you do test prep over several weeks. You don't do it over one day because you need to be reminded of this. I know this because I do this every day for like the last 23 years. I know to do this. You guys are just starting, right? So it's going to take time. But once you get the hang of it, you realize, oh, yeah, just use Desmos. It's fine. So we're going to see a lot of that today where I'm going to tell you what to do, but let you do it and see if you get the answer. Okay, so we're cool 12?
Yeah.
All right, then 11, which if some of you guys are is anyone algebra 2 right now? Yeah, so you guys are doing exponential functions right now, right? So this actually might help you guys because I think you guys have a test coming up soon. At the end of 1990, the population of country A was 120,000 people. Since then, the population has decreased at a constant rate each year. If P of T represents the population T years after 1990 and the population in 2020 was approximately that many people, which equation best represents the situation? Now, you guys don't necessarily do exponential modeling in this way. I don't think you guys have, but you can do a couple things. You can approach it conceptually. If you guys remember, this is an exponential model. You guys remember what A represents? The starting point, yes. What are we starting with? 120. Right? 120. Well, I know what you meant. 120. You left off the 0. So it's down to A or C, right? Now, what does B represent? B is representing the rate. Are we going up or down? Read the problem again. You're going down. You're decreasing, right? So we got to read carefully. And plus, it's down after 30 years, right? So would you want to multiply by 1.02 or multiply by a smaller number? Smaller. So it's going to be A. So you could look at it and figure it's going to be A. Because between A and C, you're dropping. You don't want 1.02, you want 0.98. Because the population is decreasing from 120 to that. So C would not make sense because that would be an increase.
Oh.
Because conceptually, whenever your B value is larger than 1, that's exponential growth. When your B value is less than 1, that's exponential decay. So those are conceptual things that could help you if you know the concept. Now, what if this was not a multiple choice question? What if this is a free response question? And it wanted you to figure out what this value was. But it's okay. It's okay. What you could do is go back to Desmos. You have to recognize that, okay, let's let T be 0 in 1990. So table, T is 0 and then the population 120,000. In the year 2020, it's 30 years after 1990, the population dropped to like 65,460. But then when you go to this, we want exponential modeling. So you change this in exponential regression. It gives you the equation right there. Yes, that's it. I'll do it again. I'll do it from scratch. Okay. So you have information here. You're told it's exponential, right? You're told that. Well, actually, you're not told that, but it's shown in the choices, right? Or they would just tell you in the problem if it's free response, because they'd have to tell you what they want. It's decreasing at a consistent rate, so yeah, that's going to be exponential. You start in 1990. Call that T equals 0 or X equals 0. What's the population? 120,000. So I'm going to do table 0, 120,000. After how many years is the next data point? In the year 2020, how many years has passed from 1990 to 2020? 30 years. And what's the new population? Whatever that number there is, right? 65460. But then what you do is you have to hit this little button right here to add a regression line, but you don't want to, it's not a line, it's an exponential. So they give you a bunch of options, quadratic, cubic, quartic, whatever. Correct. You are. And it gives you the equation afterwards. That's it.
Wait,
This is allowed. Yeah. So that's why this will help you get to, like, if you're scoring like 500 or that level for math, this will push you to the 600 level because you're gonna get several questions right because of this. So yeah,
How is that even allowed?
it's allowed. It's not cheating. It's just using the technologies out there. But you have to know to do it. I mean, you have to know. Okay. So now let's move on to the new packet. So because there's still gonna be some problems that are gonna use Desmos here. So if I go to the new packet, which is, hold on, problem solving data analysis, we have 3 sections here. I'm gonna do a couple easy and have you guys try some. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yep, you got it. Yep. It's gonna be a new packet on data analysis and yeah, data and statistical measures. So I'll start with number 1. I'll have you guys do 2 and 3, and then I'll do a medium and have you do some mediums as well. So number 1 on the first one on page 112. Okay, time to complete one solar orbit. You got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay. So the amount of time it takes each planet in the solar system to make a complete orbit is shown on the table. What is the average time per orbit in Earth uses these planets based on this table? So if you want the average, what do I do?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna divide by 8, exactly. At this point, I mean, it's just you use a calculator. I mean, I would not do this in your head, or I wouldn't even do it on paper. I would just simply punch those in 0.24. This is where actually I much prefer to use a graphing calculator because to go back and forth is a bit of a pain.
0.24.
You kind of see I'm struggling a little bit, right? So maybe someone wants to read it to me. 0.62, 1.
0.88.
11.87,
Mm-hmm.
29.48,
Okay.
84.07, and 64.9.
164. And then I gotta divide that by 8. So I get 36.76. Now, one thing I'm gonna caution you about, because there's some repeating decimals, you only have 5 characters you're allowed to put when you put this into the Blue Book app. So you have to either cut off up to the last digit or round to the last digit. If you actually were to say, oh, let's just round up to a whole number, make it 37, it will be wrong. If you did 36.8, it will be wrong.
So you have to do it.
5 characters. And you have to use the decimal point counts as 1.
So it'd be 36.757.
Yeah.
No.
36.76. The point counts as a character. Yes. 100% does. Yes. So if we look at the answer key, and I could have done something wrong when I punched it in. Let me see what I did. What the answer is. 36 points. Okay, I made a mistake. But no. No, that's cool. Good. That's cool. Good. But notice they accepted 2 answers, 36.75 or 36.76, because they did round up. But if you put anything too short, it will be wrong. Unless they told you to round to the nearest whole number. If they told you that, then cool. Go to the nearest whole number if they told you that. But they didn't say that. So the assumption is that you go to 5 characters. So because that would suck them as a problem and you did everything else correctly. Okay, go and try 2 and 3. 2 is asking for the median. And 3 is asking for how to express that frequency table. Median's middle.
The middle.
Middle, yep, middle. I did. There's the decimal counts as 1. Decimal counts. Yeah. Yep, it counts.
Median and average were the same thing. I forgot.
Median's middle number when it's ranked.
Median, mean,
Just like-
average.
Mode is the third one. Mode is the most often or most frequent.
Bean.
Not quite. But for number two, okay, what's your median for number two? Yeah. So for number two, it should be C. It was already in order for you. By the way, if you don't have an odd number of numbers, we have 5 numbers. So I want the third number. Average middle 2. If it's 4 numbers, give me the average middle 2. If I didn't have the 63, then my median would have been 52. Right? Because I have to average 51 and 53. Okay. Frequency. You guys know what frequency means?
Yeah.
What does it mean? Or how often? How often? You're physics. I know you guys are period, right? How many times does the 2 show up? The 3 shows up how many times?
Fine.
4 times. It's the B. What are you talking about? It shows up 4 times.
Yeah, it's B.
It's B.
So
Number 2
shows up 3 times.
Uh-huh.
You need 2 3 times. 3 shows up once.
6
6 shows up 4 times.
2 shows up.
3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, so frequency, guys, is how often the number repeats itself. That's what look how frequent, right? That makes sense. How frequent it happens.
Yeah.
So don't overthink these problems. 'Cause once you get the hang of it, the problem is we don't teach you statistics at the school. Not until maybe you're a senior and you're doing it as an elective. We don't do statistics in algebra 2. I know we don't. I've taught it. We don't do it in algebra 1. We don't do it in geometry. So you gotta learn it here. But it's not hard once you know. Let's move on to medium. AP Stats is Kemo, Kevin Morris. And then Mr. Band teaches non-AP Stats. Mr. Band, he does, yeah. All right. So go ahead and try 1, 2, and 3 on page 115. So on page 115, go and try 1, 2, and 3. If you get stuck, I'll help you guys out. But conceptually, I think you guys know what's going on. But if you get stuck, let me know. I'll help you guys out. Means the average. It's literally the average.
Oh. The mean.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Right.
By 30%. 200 divided by 0.3. Go do it right now. 200 divided by 0.3. I think.
Wait, what'd you get?
You know, you be like.
Cause decrease. I think.
No, but if you divide it, you get like a different.
Okay, fine. Times 3. Times 0.3.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay.
Cause if you take 10% roll, 50, 25,
It's times 0.3.
So do I take my 60 to take away?
Try it again. Try it again.
What I did was. That's from that.
200. Okay, let me
No,
know.
here, 250, I divided by 10, we have 25, which is 10% of. 250, and 25 times 10. 25 times 4 would give me the 40%. And the 40% is.
Yeah.
100. Is 100 divided by 4.
How do you do number 3?
Are we
I
gonna
get it.
use Desmos?
Yeah.
Yeah, decimals is always in the corner.
I mean, would it be helpful like the other?
I use a calculator instead.
Oh,
Do you guys want a calculator or?
yeah.
Oh, go. See, here I'm doing 80% of 480. I can just punch my calculator 0.8 times 480.
Wait,
Or for 2, I could do 100 over 250 in my calculator.
oh, you're right. 200 divided by point. No. What do you go for?
I don't think Seattle's been challenged. I don't know. Niners didn't really challenge Seattle.
No.
From LA.
Oh.
Mr. Davis is from LA too. Okay, questions. Any questions on this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do 3 and 4. Okay, for 3 and 4, if you're decreasing, you got to subtract, obviously, right? But you're decreasing by 30%. So you got to do 200 times 0.3. So if you do it in the calculator, remember, the percentages always can convert to decimals. Just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. That's 60. And then take away 60 from 200. That's why it's 140. For 4, you're told you start with 1200, you go up to 1440. The increase is 240. Always, when you're looking at percent increase, percent decrease, take the change, obviously. Divide by the original, though. You divide by 1200.
Oh, by the original?
Correct, because you want to see how you change from that. Like, for example,
Oh,
like if we were to say, like,
because okay, you do this. Basically, you can do 1,400 whatever and
you
minus.
take the
this.
difference and divide by the original.
So 1,400 minus.
Yeah, let's say, for example, like we're looking at population, right? Like the school population is 600. Now it goes up to like 650. You do 50 divided by 600, right?
You want
You want to see how you change from the original number. So, what was that?
Yeah.
Not right now. Geometry. No one's asking that question.
to say
We'll find out on Friday.
tomorrow.
Even for calculus. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, find it tomorrow. Yeah. I just give it to the same people I gave it to last year, even though they're not my class. I just do that. Everyone's like asking. Yeah. I'll give it to you guys. You're not in my class, but you were. Yeah, but no, but like, but now you're not saying no one's in my class right now. All right.
No.
Okay. Hey, we need to keep moving. Let's keep moving. 214. All right. Let's go to page 214. More on percentages. A little more challenging. I'll do 1. Let me have you guys try 2 and 3. For 1, during each week, Lavanya spends $3.75 for each cup of coffee she buys. Her budget is $30. She buys until she spends her weekly budget. What percent of her coffee budget is the cost of a single cup of coffee? Well, that's actually some information is kind of irrelevant. Like she keeps buying until she spends her weekly budget. Like that's not really relevant. We just need to know that the single cup is 3.75 and her budget's $30. And just do that.
And then do you
Sorry.
a 10 street?
100 afterwards.
Oh, 100.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it B?
Hold on.
Yeah.
How was the?
I don't remember.
It was on paper, and you can use your graphic calculator. I think I forgot now because it just seems so long ago, but there was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2 math sections. Yeah, I think it's still like 2 and 2.
Were they easier?
Actually, I really forgot now. Wow.
There was no ChatGPT back.
Wait, and
no
for
food.
like.
Well, also because what happened was during COVID, the SAT was canceled in a lot of places, right? In 2020 and yeah, then it changed after that. So I kind of forgot. Yeah, she gets C, 12.5%. Actually, let's do these other two together. Okay, for number two. So the price of bicycle went up 30%, then down 30%.
So 0.
So what's the final price?
200.
0.
That's
Wait,
it.
say, wait.
But it's
let me think
medium.
again. Let me think again.
This seems too good to be true. It's not C.
It's raised by 30%.
And down 30%.
Oh, sorry.
You literally need to calculate the new value and literally calculate the second value.
It's 200 times 0.3, right?
Okay. What's 30% of 200? 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So now 260, and then do 30% of 260, wherever that is,
2.3 times
and take it away.
Yeah.
Correct.
180.
So you get 182.
No, oh my god.
You said 2.3.
No, 0.3 times 260. 78.
Yeah, it should be 182.
Wait.
Okay, so we did
Wait,
0.3 times 260, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got 78. Now what do we do with that 78?
Take away from 260. Take it away. I did.
We just did that right now.
So is it 178 and
I first did it here to get 60 and I added on to get that.
From.
That's not.
Wait, where did we get 260 from? If we
Because we went up 30%. So when you go up 30%, so let me do this. This will be cleaner. Originally we had 200, right?
yeah.
If you're up 30%, now you're at 260. If you're down 30%, you're now at 182.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get
Because
it.
to go from here to here, you add 60.
Yep.
To go from here to here, you have to subtract 78. That's what you gotta do. So, okay.
You.
Okay. So again, go multiply 200 by 0.3 and add it on. After you do that, the new number is 260. Multiply that by 0.3 and then take it away.
Okay.
Because you're subtracting. Yeah, because we're discounting. Next one. Mark's bill for a new sofa came out to that much after the 4% delivery fee. If you were able to get free delivery, what would have been the cost of the sofa?
No, I lied.
So let's do X is Mark's sofa plus 4% of the sofa equals 848.
Oh,
I don't know. This might be from Crate and Barrel or somewhere else. Yeah, so the sofa plus the delivery fee. And why am I doing 0.04x? Because your
Don't
total
you-
is 4%.
So wouldn't it just be 1.04x?
Yes.
That's what I was.
Right.
I was really.
Right.
No, I just.
Good. 1.04x.
Combine them.
Yeah.
Combine them.
But what matters here is knowing how to set it up. The setup is what I care the most about. Because once you have the setup, the algebra is fine. I'm not worried about the algebra.
84, 8.64 divided by 1.04.
Correct,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
That is
816.
what?
816. Yeah. Because remember, it's an add-on, not a discount. So you have to add it on. And again, we don't know the original price. See, here's the thing with any equate word problem, right? Whatever you don't know, call it X. Because didn't they ask for the price of the sofa? So call it X.
Okay.
But what information did they give us? Did they give us
The
the price of the sofa plus the delivery fee, which was the total? They told us that, but we had to also use more information. They gave us the percentage for delivery fee, which is 4%. So how to set up in that manner. X plus 0.04x equals out. So, okay, last math topic. Not really, no. Okay, last one. Last math topic. Okay, proportional relationships. Why don't you guys just try all three problems on page 234 on your own, or just on page 234, all three. Yep. On page 234, 1, 2, 3. Or you could work with your elbow partner. Yeah. So just kind of curious how you guys do with this one.
I'm trying to think of everything. What is the math of the?
It's kind of like, yeah, kind of like science class. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I think I got it. Okay, do 120 divided by 8, right?
For everyone. But sometimes I think it'll give us like not the conversion and.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they'll give it to you. Yeah, they'll give it to you. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Got 15.
What do you guys get for one?
D.
That's right.
I did 128 divided by 8.
Oh, really?
20 divided by 8.
What's 120 divided by 8?
Okay. So for this one here, a type of multivitamin tablet contains 8 milligrams for every. Okay, guys, quiet. Thank you. So 8 over 1 equals 120 over X. Because think about it, you want to go right order. Magnesium to E, magnesium to vitamin E.
So 15.
So 15. Yeah.
Really good.
Wait, what'd you do though?
I just divided 120 divided by 8.
You cross multiply. 8x equals 120 after you set it up. And it's divide by 8. So, yeah. All right, then 3.
3, I got.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
8.
Yep.
Oh my god, I did two handmade cards. Do you remember?
No,
Our card business or Andrea?
I wasn't there. I
Okay.
I wasn't in your group. I had a card business. I had a with Kitsuwa.
What?
Ours was like
So
that.
we did like entrepreneurs in 7th grade.
Oh, I did notebook
Really? Fun?
for that thing.
Oh, wait,
Entree.
who was your group? My group was really bad.
Charlie Stankford.
All right. Then lastly, let's go to page 236.
Amy, what's so funny? Do math.
Okay. Page 236. Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's go and figure out number 1. Read it carefully. There's a lot of conversions you have to do. Y goes to 2.
Oh.
Yeah, these are all about conversions. I think. I don't know. Let me work it out.
Yeah, Bernard got 5 feet, but I don't know how many meters that is.
Okay.
Got 6.
Okay. So then convert that to meters, right? Times. Yeah, everything. Yeah. What teach? Wait. So sorry, do what? Sorry. The tutor? Well, yes, ACT is new right now, so I'm not really sure how I feel about it because it's a newer test. I think it could be good. I mean, but getting extra time for ACT could be a little tricky because they're a little more challenging with giving extra time. But I mean, it's hard to say. We don't have much data out right now on ACT. Yeah, but I mean, we could cross that bridge if we want to, but I don't know. Right now, it's hard to say because again, it's very new. The math I do think is a little more challenging at the end. of the math section because the math does go in order of difficulty for ACT. It does cover a little bit more advanced topics. Because you're in Algebra 2 right now, right? Yeah, so you haven't seen all the topics yet. That's why I'd be a little hesitant to push it. But a lot of the other things are still pretty similar, like the English and math are pretty similar. I mean, English and reading. So, okay, number one is gonna be B. Okay. Okay, guys, let me explain. 4 crates is 20 feet. So here are your crates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 20 feet, right?
Yeah.
You are right. It is 4. So let me fix that. Okay, if that's 20 feet, then how tall is each one?
5.
Okay, good. So it's 5 feet. However, they don't tell us they want the answer in feet. They want the answer in meters. But if a foot is 0.3 meters, if I multiply that by 5, multiply that by 5. Right? Because if 1 foot is 0.3, then how many meters would be 5 feet? 1.5. Because 1 foot is 0.3. So what if I multiply that by 5, make it 5 feet? Won't you multiply that by 5 as well?
Yeah.
Make 1.5.
Whatever you do to one time, you do.
0.3 times 5. Just use, you can use your calculator. It's 0.3
No,
times
no,
5.
yeah.
Yeah. It's 1.5. Do you see why it's 5 feet first?
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then, but that's your conversion.
Oh,
I know.
It puts 0.3. If I do it 5 times much, I have to do that 5 times much. So that's all. Oh, because it gives a conversion right there. Because we were asked to give it in meters, and it tells us if 1 foot's 0.3, 2 foot would be 0.6, 3 feet would be 0.9. Basically, if you're going from 1 foot to 5 foot to 5 feet, you have to multiply by 5. Because you're increasing it, right? So that's why I do 0.3 times 5. All right, how about 2 guys?
32.
Let's see here. You got to paint 5 walls with 2 gallons of paint, but you're actually painting 20 walls, so you need 8 gallons of paint.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh.
That's for quotes.
But if you want to convert the quarts, they give you the conversion. 8 gallons is 4 quarts. So times 4, so 32. Yep.
Oh, wait.
Because if you think about a quart is a fourth, but they give you the conversion anyway.
Oh, wait, I see. Because, okay.
Yeah, 100% you can. Yeah. Yep. And then number 3. This is the last one here we'll do in this packet. For number 3. Okay.
Nothing. Well, I was just surprised today. I was like, 13 was the price.
Okay.
It shall be 30. Mr.
You guys at 30,000? Yeah. Yes, good.
The president. The president.
Like math topic. Probably calculus. Yeah, I love calculus, yeah.
The what?
What was that? Well, I'm doing calculus with them right now. No, the topic. I like teaching the topic of calculus. Yeah, because they have to be ready for AP. They have to be ready for the middle of calculus when they move on to Ms. York's class next year. So I'm doing BC honors right now. I do.
Is she the student?
She talks a lot. Stella said that. they're
I don't know. I feel that you want to.
Does that make sense why I got 30,000? Okay. Okay. So one kiloliter is 1,000. So 3 kilos is 3,000 liters. And then a liter is a deciliter. Sorry, 1 liter is 10 deciliters. So if I have 3,000 liters, I got multiplied by 10.
30,000.
Correct. 30,000, right. I know. It's late on day on Thursday. But okay. So now let's move on to the last packet. We're not going to spend too much time because we're done in about 7-8 minutes. But
Oh, no.
I want to briefly talk about this packet here. Yeah, it's a little short than the other one. But it's good though. We did some really good stuff in math too. We really needed
Yeah.
it. So that's good. That's perfect.
Yeah, Matt? No. She's always
She says something bad about herself. She's like,
I know. Wait, you're like, who does that?
Okay.
No.
We talked about this packet, just like give you a flyover about it. We're not gonna spend too much time on it. Let me pull it up here. So we're transitioning to transitions. You guys get it? Okay, it's a dumb joke. All right, here we go. This one's shorter. Okay, transitions are words where you want things to flow nicely, like when you learn how to write when you're like in 5th or 6th grade or middle school, like you don't want your sentence to sound so bland, so you use these transition words, right? Yeah. Sometimes you might contrast, sometimes you might want to agree. Like this one here. The US alone uses 100 billion plastic bags a year. That's crazy. You do learn a lot of facts when you do this SAT prep. I guess so. Although plastic bags can technically be recycled, Americans recycle fewer than 5% of the plastic bags they use. This means that the majority of plastic bags end up in landfills rather than being turned into something new. Blank, not all discard bags even make it to a landfill. Plastic bags make up a significant portion of ocean refuse today. I wouldn't want to say nevertheless, because that's a contrast, because you're kind of agreeing. It's kind of like saying furthermore, or in addition, additionally. That's what you're trying to say here, right? Moreover would be a great choice for that one. Therefore is more of a cause and effect. That's not really like if you said like I ate like 10 bags of chips, therefore I'm gonna feel really sick tonight. That would be more than I probably would if I ate too many bags of chips. But that's not what we're trying to say here, right? Traditionally is like weird, that's random. It's a contrast, it's like however. Yeah, if you say it's like saying however or even though.
True.
Let's look at number 2. The field of forensic anthropology has had a surge in popularity in the last 2 decades, in part due to shows such as Law and Order and CSI. Blank has also been over the last 2 decades that the field of forensic anthropology has experienced the greatest shifts in technique and perspective. Yeah, you're not contrasting, so it's not B. You're not giving an example, and you're not digging deeper into it. You're just saying likewise, or in a comparison to, that's what's happening, right? So there's a whole bunch of other ones here. And there's some medium ones also. So we could talk more about this next time, but I want to move on to rhetorical synthesis. We'll do a couple and then we'll wrap up after that. So the way these work, and again, we'll just focus on easy right now. The way these work, I like to actually read the question. So what do they want? The student wants to emphasize the length of time between the creation and release of 100 years. 100 years is a book, sorry, or movie, sorry. So they want to emphasize the length of time between the creation and release. So 100 Years of Science Fiction film made in 2015 was written by John Malkovich. I didn't even know that. Okay. Do you know that? John Malkovich wrote this book called 100 Years. I don't know. Famous actor. Huh? I didn't know he did. Okay, it'll be shown for the first time on November 18th of 2115. 1,000 people have received medal invitation tickets for the first. I'll be dead by then, but you guys are still alive. I don't know.
Where's the?
So here's the thing. It started in 2018, right? The film was made, will be shown, and that's what they want: the creation and the release. So we need to pick a choice that uses that data. I don't care who wrote it. I don't care how many people got tickets for it. It's not relevant, right? We need to pick something that's relevant here. That's why I say it uses relevant information. The only relevant information is the first and third bullet points. So if I look at it, I think B shows me the time that has passed because it was written in 2015 and it's going to be released 100 years later. C doesn't really talk about when it was created. A doesn't tell me when it was created. D told me when it was created, but doesn't tell me when they're going to show it. It's got to be B because B tells me when it was written, or sorry, when it was created and when it'll be showing, right? So we have to look for relevance here. That's why it's called rhetorical synthesis. We're looking for relevance. Okay, last one we'll do and we'll wrap up for today. The student wants to describe the events leading to an invitation. So the events that led to an invitation. Okay, what's going on here? So Samantha Smith was an American peace activist. Fine. Yuri Andropov was the leader of the Soviet Union in 1982. 1982, Smith, who was 10 years old at the time, wrote Andropov a letter asking why relations between the U.S. and Soviet Union were so tense. Andropov responded in a letter and invited Smith to visit the Soviet Union. Okay. Smith visited the Soviet Union with her parents in 1983. News media in both the U.S. and Soviet Union reported on her trip. But what do they want? Describe the events that led to it. What are the events that led to it? Definitely that third bullet point, 100% right. And his response, right? Invited, right. So that's what I would say. I definitely want something that involves the third bullet point.
E.
D talks about the letter writing. C doesn't talk about the letter writing.
B, A.
A doesn't talk about letter writing either.
B.
No, but the events that led to it. It was the letter that she wrote that led to the invitation, right? Because why was she invited? Because she wrote a letter, right? So I'm gonna go D. In response to her letter, the Soviet leader invited her, right? So you want to talk about the events that led to the invitation. That was her writing the letter. So it's all about relevance for that one. So yeah, you got plenty of other ones to look at. So again, just do okay. It's a lot to do. First of all, how was the previous? Was it a lot? Was it too much? Okay. So let's say this.
Then you guys,
Okay.
you guys actually spread it.
Okay. Yeah, you tell them.
Oh, it did.
I would say this. Do of the due packets, do all the easy and do half of the medium up to number 6. So I'm reducing the homework. So you're gonna do 1 through 6. We've already done a good portion of this, right? Actually, we've done like 1, 2, and 3 of most of these problem sets. So I would say do the rest of the easy and only the first half of the medium, because every set has 12 medium. Don't do 1 through 12, do 1 through 6. But I think we already done like 1 through 3 of most of the medium anyway. So it shouldn't be that too bad. So that gives it a practice. And we'll do this again next Thursday, okay? Yep, you got it.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh. So, I guess